I don't know if anybody's there, but if you are, you're watching Ellie from Ellymentry Papercrafting. And this is being broadcast or streamed at 2:30 p.m. on the 18th of June, and it's a rainy afternoon. So if anyone's there watching, do say hello. I do love to see your comments there, then I know I'm not on my own. So today I'm going to be having my first play with the gorgeous stamp set called Uniquely Artistic. Oh, Wendy, hi, thanks for coming along. Good to see you. Hope Mum's okay. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy playing with this. I've been looking at it for a couple of days, because I haven't had a lot of time lately, but just thought, yeah, I must get and play with this one. Let's see if anyone else is here. Claire, hiya. Oh, hi, Esther. It's Saturday, 2:30. Yep, it must be Ellie's scissors show. What am I going to call me? Ellie Scissorhands. Do you know what? The big scissors of... Oh, here they are. Just a minute. They're not in the correct place, but I have just found them. Da, da, da. Just for you, Esther. I know how much you love them. Okay. Well, let's hope... Ellie Scissorhands, yeah. Let's hope we get some more people to come on for a chat this afternoon. But so I'm going to start with the idea I've had. I'm thinking of making what everybody calls a slimline card now. I used to make this size of card some years ago, and I often used it for Christmas cards. And it's... well, I call it slimline. I always called it a DL card because it fits into a DL envelope. So let's show you what I've got. So there's my card base, and that measures 20 centimeters square. Yeah, I'm doing centimeters today. Then I've used the Eden's Garden Designer Series paper, which I know isn't available anymore. But I thought it's quite nice to let people know that if you have Stampin' Up products that aren't any that are no longer available, you can still use them with current products. So the piece I've used is 1/2 centimetre smaller than this. So this is 19.5 centimetres by 9.5. So if you pop that on, it just gives you that very small border all the way around. And then I'm going to use another piece of basic white cardstock to mount on top. So we're going to get that nice border of colour all the way around. And this one is 18.5 by 8.5. Are you impressed with my centimetres today? Right, so we've got more people coming on. Lovely, lovely. Shirley, thanks very much for coming to join us. It's lovely to see you. Hi, Hills. Hope you've had a good break. Haven't seen you all week. I've spoken to you all week, so yeah, we'll catch up later. So, this is a photopolymer stamp set. So I've brought in my piercing mat, which gives you a good surface to stamp on. And I'm going to start off with this stamp here, which is the sort of background to the leaf. Now this is one of those sets that's sort of a bit like a watercolour effect. So I'm bringing in my mint macaron ink pad and this stamp, and I'm going to ink this up really well, but then I'm going to lightly stamp off and then stamp this in the bottom right hand corner. And then I'm going to repeat it by turning the cardstock and just stamping it again in the bottom right hand corner. So that gives us the background. I'm taking the soft succulent ink and this stamp here, which gives you the veining of the leaf, and I'm going to stamp over. And this is where you'll see the kind of watercolour effect. So just, I might have, my head might get in this, I do apologise if it does, but let's just hover over the top and then go for it. It's not going to fit exactly, because that's the whole point of the watercolour effect. So back in again, and over we go. So we've got the same image, opposite corners, but because they're at a different angle and the opposite way around, they do look like different stamps. So I'm coming in with the flower stamp now, and that's, sorry, I've got a piece of paper and it keeps sliding off the shelf and getting in my way. So I'm using this stamp here, and I'm bringing in a colour I very rarely use, and that's pumpkin pie. It's not just for pumpkins, okay? Esther can see this becoming my favourite stamp set. Well, you never know, do you? So in with the pumpkin pie then. And if you can see, this has got a little bit here, and I thought that would fit quite neatly into that little area there. And I'm going to slightly overlap it, and then I'm rotating and doing the same again. So although it looks different because it's the opposite way, it's actually the same, exactly the same stamping again. So then I'm going to come in with Esther's favourite colour, not, which is Cajun Craze. So and then I'm going to use this one here. So has anybody else been crafting today? If not, what have you been getting up to? So that's it. Now it will dull down to a slightly lighter shade. Oh, hi Cindy. Lovely to have you along today. Oh, Esther, I've done two Esther smudges. How did that happen? Look. Being in your team, it rubs off, doesn't it? Wendy says, I did my first class on Zoom last night. Oh, Wendy, that's brilliant. Oh, I hope it went well. Well done to you. Hello, Jan. Thanks for coming along today. So I'm going to move on now to the leaf shapes here. And that's this one and this one. And I'm going to be using the mint macaron again. And I'm going to stamp off and just do, that would be second and third generation stamping there. And again here. And I'll do a couple there, there. That's it. And then with the soft succulent, slightly darker. Esther says she's just snuck in and smudged those for me because she thought it could do with it. So over now with that veining stamp. So this is coming together quite quickly, like so. So there we have it. Okay, so still using the soft succulent, I wanted to bring in this leaf shape, which I think is really lovely. I just love the gentle way it just slopes around like that. And I'm going to use the soft succulent again, and I'm trying not to stamp the stem. So Wendy says it was fab, the class was fab, and she's confident to do more now. That's brilliant, well done, really pleased for you, Wendy. Okay, hi Louise, nice you come along. So I'm going to stamp this now, and I'm only going to bring on very small bits of this leaf shape, like so, and I want it to look very abstract and not the same image every time. Okay, and then I've got the tiny one there, and I'm going to pop that one. Oh, that's so tiny, that little leaf shape. I'm going to just bring this one in. I'm going to do it just maybe second and third generation here, just very lightly here and there. Okay, so I think that's enough just to get the sort of flowing leaves a bit like this. Okay, so I'm going to use the, where is it? Oh, here it is. So down here we've got some little kind of blossoms, I suppose they are. And I'm coming back with the pumpkin pie, and I'm doing the background here, and I'm just bringing this in to the edges to get a little bit of colour there. And again, quite randomly, like I did with the small foliage, like so, just to bring that little bit of colour in there. You know, surprised myself by using this pumpkin pie because it's not a colour I go for, but I'm actually really liking it, and I like it with the Cajun Craze. So then I'm coming in with the detailed die, this one, to go over it. Not sure what this one is it? Oh, it must be this. It's always good to turn your stamps, but the trouble is when you do that and you don't keep account of which way they were, you might get a bit lost when you come to stamp over them. But again, with this being like watercolour effect, it doesn't matter if you're not spot on. Okay, so just one more left there. And so we've got that kind of effect. Esther says, you are doing an amazing job at making green and orange look good together. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I think it looks nice together. And let's just put the lids back on my stamp pads before I dip my fingers in them, which won't be a very good effect, will it? Right, so let's pop this onto my mat and then my card base, and we'll see what the finished effect is. In fact, I think I'll pop this on there first, like so. And I know I normally use my glue. I think I'll use tearing tape or double-sided tape, whatever you like to call it. It's gorgeous, says Shirley. A lovely set. It is a lovely set, Shirley. Thank you. Jan says, your nails look so lovely. Thank you, Jan. I love this design. Actually, look, I hadn't realised, but that's a bit like the leaf stamp, isn't it, there? If I bring that up a bit closer. Oh, no, wrong way. Yeah, I didn't realise. Looks like I've stamped my nails with the mini version of that. So has anybody got any big plans for Father's Day tomorrow? So I just like to press down firmly on the tearing tape before I take the backing off. And my trusty tweezers come in very useful at this point. And I always like to just take the corners of the backing paper off. And it helps me to get this perfectly placed, and I've got a chance to move it if I like. So I only put pressure on the sides where the release paper is still on there, and then I get it in the right place on the side, and then I will bring it down slightly until I'm happy with where it's laying, and then I put pressure on the corners, which means I can then move the backing paper off very gently, and everything should fall into the right place. Okay, Esther, thanks for stopping by. You have a nice day. So then we can pop the top layer on, and this is when I think these bits start to look like they're coming in from the paper, and that's why I wanted to include those, because it's a very, very similar design. Now with the cardstock, I can use my Tombow multi-purpose glue because it's not as flimsy as the paper. I find with the paper it's a bit more hit and miss when you're trying to place something carefully. Oh, I don't know what's happened here. The proper lid of this glue bottle came off, so I used this one, which is just a makeshift piece of a makeshift lid that I found from somewhere else. I notice Anne's not with us today, and she does have her daughter visiting her from the States, so they're probably very busy chatting, or maybe they've gone out shopping or something. But it's been lovely to know that she's had Linda over for a week, and I think she's got another week to go. Okay, so let's see if that's freed it up. Yeah, that's got it flowing. So you don't need very much to secure this. Gosh, I've got lots of smudges on the back, haven't I? There we go. I've got no room to put this down now. It's amazing how much room you take up, isn't it? Let's put that like that. Now, when I started, I think I had in mind that the card would stand up this way. But now I'm looking at it, I'm wondering if it would look better that way. And I actually think it does. Anybody else care to comment on that? Only if it's a positive comment, of course. Now, the sentiment I wanted to use has come from another brand new stamp set, which is Cottage Rose, and it says friends forever, and I just think that's beautiful. So that's the sentiment I'm going to use today. So let's grab a piece of basic white. From my pack, and Cindy agrees with me that landscape, and Hilary likes it. Shelley likes it both ways. Good, good. Okay, so if I, oh, actually there's a tiny strip here that I think would be probably just about right, but I was going to use a die to cut this out. Right, I've got Tasteful Labels dies here, and I don't think this die set is actually available any longer, but as I've said with the paper, it's not a bad thing to bring in retired goods, because it shows you that you can use old goods, old products from Stampin' Up with our new products, and they all work together. So it's quite fine to do that. Wendy likes it landscape too. Thanks, girls. So I've stamped that in the Cajun Craze. I thought it'd be a nice contrast. And that's, oh, I've got a smudge there. I pressed too hard. I've said this before. When you use when you're stamping sentiments, it's very tempting to press too hard. And when you do that, you are in danger of distorting it. So, oh, now I think I haven't, I'm not sure if I've cut that. Yeah, I think I've just about got that. Let's have a look. Yeah, it looks like it's going to actually cut on the stamping, but the cut line is sort of here, not there. So fingers crossed I don't cut much of the wording on. So let's just get a bit of my tape, which is very low tack, and cut that out. Hilary, how was your week in Blackpool? You certainly had some good weather. I'm pleased to say it's a lot cooler here today. It did get much too hot for me yesterday. Okay, so that's worked out quite well. Tiny little bit there, but I think that's okay. So I think that this would look rather nice down in the bottom right hand corner, and that coincidentally covers that little smudge that Esther came in and made for me. Very kind of her, not. So Hilary, oh, Hilary won £120 on bingo. Oh, that's brilliant news, Hills. Well done. Did you go out and treat yourself immediately? I think I might have done. Right, I think I'll do my little trick with the sponge dauber, which you've seen me do several times before. With the Cajun Craze ink pad. I'm just going to just go around the edge like so to get a dark line so that it pops from the card base. These little sponge daubers are really useful. There. I had an unexpected invitation out for dinner last night. It was really good, but I'm absolutely knackered today. Oh, Hilary spent her winnings. Look, she bought a die and stamp set. Right, so I think it'd be nice to put this up on some, raise this up. Right. No Stampin' Up dimensionals, I'm afraid, so I'm going to have to use some of these old pads I found in my stash. So if I just cut two of those in half, I think that would probably be enough. Just grab my tweezers. Pop those on. Like so. So I think that those two items have worked really well together. The new product, the Uniquely Artistic Stamp Set, I think's worked beautifully with that Eden's Garden Designer Series paper. Let me know what you think. I've used that oh, it's gone out of my head now. What's this called? Soft Succulent, which is a colour in there, and that leaf. And I just think it brings it all in together. So let me know what you think. I'm not really sure if we need anything else on this. Maybe a couple of pearls perhaps. I don't think bling is the thing. Oh yeah, I'm going to use, right, I could use a couple of those or a couple of these I know these are pale papaya, I believe. But I think if I wonder if I just pop one on, hover it over the top of the Cajun Craze and pumpkin pie. I wonder if it would, the colour would show through and make it look more that colour. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm going to go for that. So I'm going to pop one. Oh, it won't come off my finger now. Oh, Hilary's asking me a question. Yes, I will be, Hilary. Yeah, I'll see you there later. So yeah, I'm going to pop that one there. I quite like that. So if you take it to the light, it looks a bit like a raindrop. And we'll pop another perhaps down there, and then we need a third, don't we? Always need an odd number. I think we'll pop one here. So that's today's card. I hope you really like that one, and as usual, if you've enjoyed today's video, I'd love it if you would support me by clicking on that thumbs up to show that you've liked the video. That helps with the YouTube algorithms, I think it's called. Also, as usual, the link to the current catalogues, current digital catalogues will be below, along with the link to my online store. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and I'll be here live again next Saturday at the same time. And also there will be a recorded video on Wednesday. So thank you very, very much, everybody, for watching. And yep, I'll see you next week. And yes, I hope you all have a lovely weekend and Father's Day tomorrow if you're in Britain. Thank you for all your lovely words. Yeah, it did turn out nice. I really wasn't sure about the colours, but I think the two do work together. Oh, Jan's got her catalogue. She got it yesterday. Good. Okay, bye-bye, everybody, and thanks again for watching.